Yeah, we are going back to the roots today. Mm, you exactly know what that means. But anyways, before we do anything, don't forget to hit that like button. It only takes you 1 second. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. We're trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. And don't forget to share so that all the people with millionaire minded attitude like you and yours truly, we all can see these videos and the family can grow. You never know what you will learn from a stranger, right? So, that said, what's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome back to my channel. Before we proceed, please understand that this, my friends, is not financial advice. You are more than free to do whatever you like with your money. And so am I. And that being said, let's grab a sip of coffee from my super dad, Maxi mug. Yeah, everything, guys, definitely everything tastes better with Kaspa. Today we're about to do the same thing we do every day. First, you, uh, oh my God. Oh, I don't know how to speak Mandarin. If I knew, I would have also said it in Mandarin. But the problem is that people don't pay attention, right? Everybody's just not being patient at all. Okay, excuse me for a second. Yeah, sorry about that. And because of that, yeah, people are busy. Look at them today, and I can see it coming from far away. Yeah. I can see it coming. But oh well, that's what we talk about today. Right after that, after looking at 24 hours per market performance, we will check at prices in details. And once we're done with that, we will check on our positions. Are we buying Lambos yet? But yeah, like I said, patience. Okay, patience is the one thing, the only single thing that can ruin your entire portfolio. Okay, your entire portfolio could go from 100% profits to negative 100%. Okay, to Wreck City. Yeah, I mean, you just saying Wreck City does not even explain it. I mean, Wreck City move. That's what it can lead to, just because you wasn't patient at all. We're sitting here, and if you look at it, the people that have made generational wealth, okay, people that have gone from zero to multi-millionaire or even billionaire status, they did not do it in one day or even in 1 year. When I started this crypto journey, I started watching people like, okay, you can tell the people who are really genuine with what they're doing, and you can also tell the people who are busy pumping and dumping the entire market. So when I started, excuse me, just like you found my channel, I was looking for other people's channel, and at that I started watching people. I would recommend Crypto. Okay, Crypto, that was a guy I was following this guy when he was a taxi driver. I was following him how he was doing it, and today his parking garage is over $20 million worth in value. A guy that started as a taxi driver, let that sink in first. He didn't do it in 1 year. I think he's been in crypto for like what, 6 years or something like that. I started following this guy 4 years ago, and the way he even trades is like a lot of patience with it. So that is one person. And then from time to time, I was also watching Carr, the guy that come from the moon or something like that. He used to go. I stopped watching him after his channel transitioned into something else that wasn't what really feeds what I want to know when it comes to asset, when it comes to making money. So I stopped following him, but I used to follow him before, because the day that I started with him, following him, he used to be a clerk, being in the grocery stores, stacking, I mean, bananas on the shelf. You understand? Stacking bananas on the shelf. That's how low he was. Today he drives a Bugatti, lives in a super big mansion and stuff like that. Another good example, right? That's where you can see, if you want to make generational wealth, if you want to make millions of dollars, it does not go from one yesterday 6 a.m. to today 6 p.m. It doesn't work like that. A lot of patience, and that comes with a lot of losses, a lot of things that you do wrong. Take yours truly for example. You remember my portfolio didn't just start as big as it is today. No, I went through a lot of things, a lot of bump and dumps, a lot of rock pools, a lot of things. But the patience started to kick in, because first when I started, I used to chase what we call green candles. I used to chase those to the point that I even paid people to tell me when it's time to get in and when it's time to get out. And as a result of that, I fell victim to a lot of projects. Okay, before I figured out, like, you know what, these guys are here telling you about this meme coin because they already have a bag. You know, they already have a bag, and before you know it, the meme coin goes a little bit up. They got in either for free, because they got the influencers usually get those for free. Trust me, I get them. I get a lot of people that, oh yeah, listen, can you promote my coin and you get this? No, but that is not me. That's not what we do in this channel. So I turn them down. They will get it. They get the coins, they get a bag, and then once it pumps a little bit, they dump it on you. And I used to be like that. People dumping on me. Some coins I made, let's just say I put in two grand. At the end of the day, it goes up like 22. I will sit there 2,500. I'll take profits, but hey, that is not what I wanted, right? Some of the coins, they will pump them, and I will see the price starts to run. And because I'm chasing green candle, I had that attitude, like, you know what? Yeah, it's still gonna go up. It's still going to go. It's still going to go. It's still going to go. It gets high, and I watch all my profit disappear again, because again, chasing green candles. But the attitude, what nobody ever told me, was that all that has to do with patience. If you are patient enough, okay, if you are patient enough, you make a lot of money. When it started kicking is when I bought Bitcoin. Okay, I bought Bitcoin, and I told you guys the story about that here so many times. When I bought Bitcoin, I said to myself I was going to be patient until Bitcoin hits between $400,000 to $500,000. Then I will sell it. Imagine the amount of pressure that you can get, or that I am getting, when Bitcoin went, because I bought 3,500. You guys remember Bitcoin went up to like $17,000 and dropped all the way back down to $3,000. But first I thought, yeah, it will go lower, probably it'll go back to 2,000. I thought. Then I start seeing it start coming back up again. I was like, you know what, to hell with this. Grab my 401k, bought my Bitcoin at 3,500. But do you imagine the kind of pressure I have faced with myself and my friends around me, people that I consider my friends, when oh crap, I lost the button. When I saw, first of all, Bitcoin go from that 3,500 back to that $17,000. A lot of people, yeah, you gotta sell, you gotta do, you gotta pay, you gotta blah blah blah. And I kept my feet grounded. I said to myself, I made a promise to myself never to touch my coins until it gets to 400,000 or 500,000. Do you imagine what happened once we hit that $74,000? Oh, everybody giving me a call. Yo, you better go get it, blah, blah, blah. And I sat there, it's like, guys, I'm not you. I have my plan. You cannot even tell how my phone was when we hit that $125,000. Oh my God. But again, the question I usually ask those guys, if I have sold it at $17,000, do you imagine how much money I would have lost when it hit 74? Or if I have sold it at 74, do you imagine how much money I would have lost when it hit 125? Did you get it? Now everybody else comes like, okay, it's the same thing is going to happen when it hit 1 million and you sold it at 500,000. No, it's not. And now, this is a discussion that I had with a good friend of mine, because he was like, "Well, explain yourself." Because when he hit a million, I said, "Listen, you are having a problem not understanding the market movement. First of all, what's Bitcoin? Peer-to-peer money, right? That's what it was made to be. Today, it is failing worse than the class clown, because some class clowns at least are good in some academics, right? Bitcoin is failing right now. It still has that hype, that first movers advantage. Okay, that first movers advantage it has because first of all, things like Kaspa, they are not up and running yet. That is why it is difficult for you to see the cracks on the Bitcoin. That's why it's so difficult for you to see how bad Bitcoin is performing. Because now people like Michael Saylor, they are doing their thing, selling you a billy goat for a Trojan horse, for a war horse. That's what they're doing. Bitcoin store of value, Bitcoin store of value. And you get to talk to these guys and you get to be like, okay, store of value, right? We are not going far away. Right now, as we speak, there is a financial crisis, right? Countries' economies are failing, blah, blah, blah. It's happening. What's happening to Bitcoin? If it was store of value, what's happening to it? The real store of value is gold. What's happening to gold? Do you see? People are hedging into gold. People are buying into gold. Although for me, if you ask me, it is a little bit late to do that right now. Okay, so there are all the things you can try to get into, but the stock market and gold, they are running on fumes. And if you go in there right now, yep, I'm sorry to tell you this, but that mic drop moment is about to happen, right? So you start looking at that, and I tell you, store of value for what? You see it? It's not even living up to that to be a store of value. It's not even living up to it. If it was store of value, Bitcoin would have been pumping like crazy right now, but it's not. So let's throw that store of value out of the window because it's useless. The same thing I usually ask, okay, what are you going to tell me when Kaspa is $2, $3, $4 trillion? Store of value too? See? So that is, again, we go back to one thing, being patient, right? Patience, because if you are patient, you are going to reap it. You are going to make it far from whatever you think. Far from it. Like, okay, for example, me, I'll give it to you my example, 3,500. Now imagine those of them who bought it at $1. They are patient enough, make them multi-millionaires. And that, again, we go back to the same thing. It doesn't take 1 year. Okay, it doesn't. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. It doesn't take 1 year. A normal investment, like I have explained here, takes 10 years or a little bit close to 10 years, because it's simple. The first 3 years you are not going to see any progress. Well, it's not because there's no progress. It's because, again, that's when your anxieties, your feelings, your patience, everything is tested. It's like you're putting money into it. You keep putting, but nothing is happening. You keep putting, nothing is. You're like, oh my God, nothing is happening. You forget that depending on what kind of investment you put in, you are having some kind of savings account. That's what I call them. After 3 years, you open it up, you start to see, okay, something is going on here. I've been putting in $100 or $200 every month or something like that, and before you know it, it is now worth like what, $600-700, right? And not only that, it is growing, right? And then after 3 years, if you do things like me, I usually start to put stuff into auto compounding, which means I don't take my profits in 3 years. I don't. The profits that those stocks make me, or the dividends, I put them into auto compounding, which means they start reinvesting themselves inside. So now I have two entries on that market: the one I put myself every month or every 2 weeks, plus the auto compounding that I get from that company reinvesting itself again. Now after 5 years, you start to realize, like, holy crap, I got money somewhere. You understand? Okay? Then you start to see it. Then you, by the time you hit 10 years, your auto compounding will be large. The money you put in there every month will be large, and then you'll be like, okay, maybe I could stop putting money into it out of pocket and let it just be on autopilot by itself. You see? Now you can decide. Depends on how the company report. Is it every quarterly, or is it yearly, or whatever? If it is quarterly, you can say, you know what, I'm only going to take profits once a year. You pay the taxes and you go out of it. If it is yearly, you can say, okay, this year I'm gonna take the profits. Next year I will not take it, and depends on your own strategy. But one thing is for sure is that investments that make money, they don't happen in 1 year, unless you are lucky, you get the lottery, or you get a meme coin. Which again, if you start looking at it, what is the probability of you winning the lottery? Or what is the probability of you getting a meme coin that will go from $10,000 to $100 billion? Understand, what's the probability? Again, you start to look at this kind of stuff, and again, patience comes to play. Now we know Bitcoin is not what we thought it would be. You start looking around and you find out that the real Bitcoin is actually called Kaspa. And in the camp of the Bitcoin maxis, it has begun to make the effect, because now you see them. At first, they was like, no, Kaspa is nothing. Kaspa is not worth this. Kaspa is blah, blah, blah. It doesn't solve the trilemma. A lot of Bitcoin maxis started converting. Okay? Once they started knowing what Kaspa is, they started crossing that bridge. Right? To the point that now they've gone from Kaspa is nothing to, oh, Kaspa is a continuation of Bitcoin. Trust me, soon they will come to tell you the same thing I've been telling you. Okay? Same thing I've been telling you. Kaspa is the real Bitcoin. Soon it will come to that, because they've gone from, oh, 5, no, 4, no, 3, no, 2, and the rest thing they'll be, oh no, fuck that, 1. That's what they will tell you. The countdown started. And you and me, who have a lot of patience, when that day comes, when Michael Saylor comes out and tell you, you know what, man, Kaspa, that day is supposed to be with you having your bags packed with Kaspa already set. Okay? Again, everybody, their grandmama is not going to look at it, because who are we going to lie to? I'm not investing in Kaspa because of tech or none of that nonsense. No, I'm investing in Kaspa because I want to go from zero to a multi-millionaire status. And Kaspa seems to be a much more viable highway to take me to that point. Now, everybody and their grandmama, they're not going to look at Kaspa right now. They're not, because Kaspa is 4 cents. Price action hasn't gone past 20 cents. Development is still coming, and nothing much on it yet, although we have projects left and right that are already building on it. Mass adoption hasn't started to happen. Marketing is not there, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of things. So people look at that risk to reward ratio to be something they don't even want to touch with a 10-foot pole. They don't want to do it. But you, who knows, who does your research, and you know, a simple saying, history does not repeat, but it rhymes. Much more when same things with better value start to come up. Okay? Like right now, everybody talking about Lambo, right? Would you rather, if you had the money right now, would you rather buy a 2025 Lambo versus what? The first one that came out? Which was, one was that 1970, 1980? I don't even know. Would you rather do that? A classic, yeah, for the value, maybe, but for what you want to do, which is look macho, look that you can go fast enough, I don't see you buying anything less than 2025 when it comes to the Lambo department, because they made fiberglass, the motor is more stronger. There's a lot of things, okay? Another one you can look at, very simple, very, very simple. Watch. The watch right now, would you rather have the watch right now that reach your blood pressure, your everything on it, This one, or would you rather have the one we used to hang back in the 1800s with the chain which you have to flip and put back in your pocket? Which one? Innovation always wins. So time is coming when, again, when you look at the problems that we are facing, banking system, monetary system, look at everything. I want to send money to you, but I have to sit here and give the government to know, hey, okay, this is what's happening, and they can either stop it and blah, blah, blah. Or even those of us who are clean, I want to send money to you, and I have to wait 10 minutes. Make some sense out of that in plain 2025. Well, Kaspa, if I want to send money to you right now, all I do, click it before you can even blink. Seconds. Blink is there. See? Things are happening. You have to really do your research. You look at it and then you sit quietly and patiently waiting. Again, you see, just a month ago, everybody, we're going to the bear market. Oh, bear market is here. Oh, bear market. And you're looking at stuff and you're going, guys, it is not the bear market. You need to be patient. You need to sit. You need to calculate. You need to look. But no, nobody's doing that. Everybody's busy looking at price. I'm talking about it. Just yesterday, I was telling you guys, I said, look at it. Those options are expiring. I got inboxes. Nah, this has to do with nothing with options and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm there looking at them like, oh my God, would you just watch the market? Don't look at me. Huh? Don't look at this handsome face. Just go look at the market. Pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing, because unfortunately, every coin, my grandma's coin, whatever, is tied to Bitcoin's hip, and whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market is going to do. And I told you, patience. Again, the option expired. The effect will not happen on the same day. Sometimes 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours, but you will see it. Like I showed you yesterday, and the other guy was like, no, you don't show us. Okay. I went again and I show you take points. Your indicators are not the same that I use. I always show you guys what I've used. And again, you still got people who don't know what the hell is going on. Why? Because the part we call patience, the part that you sit down, make your positions and watch the market, they don't know it. They just want to see those green neon candles going up, and you keep telling them it's not going to happen like that. And again, you become the bad person. If you are patient enough, they usually say it, okay? They usually say it. They're talking about it like, well, you have to be patient. If you are patient enough, you will make a lot of money. You will make, go ask the Rothschilds, the people that control the banking system today. Go ask them. If you're patient enough, you will make you the kind of generational wealth that I don't even think 3 generations down the line who will ever finish spending. But yeah, it is something, again, when you bring it out and you start telling people like, okay, you need to settle down. You need to just sit there. Sometimes doing nothing is the best move. Okay, you open your position. I don't know, you trade different. Me, I open my positions and I sit tight. Okay, I don't show you my Bitcoin position because when I opened it, I don't want you guys to go on FOMO. I opened my Bitcoin way before the Bitcoin haven't happened. I opened my position. Okay, the same thing that is happening right now, that we are looking for that legendary trade with Kaspa, because yeah, maybe 4 cents was the bottom, maybe 1 cent was the bottom, whatever, but I'm looking for it. The same thing going with Jasmine. I'm looking for that legendary trade in which if I put in $500, I might walk away from it with 100K. That's what I'm doing. Therefore, I'm going to keep on, trading my way. If I get stopped out, I open another one. Stopped out, open another one. But that, my friends, don't confuse leverage trading with your spot trading. Because for you to make money on spot, like I said, patience. You buy the coins, set them down, and relax. People are telling you, yeah, Kaspa is going back down to 1 cent. Time is going to come when you will look at 4 cents and you'll be hitting your head against the wall. Because again, everybody, I know guys who bought Kaspa at 10 cents and sold at 4. Why? Because they wasn't patient enough. Why? Because they thought like, okay, that's it. It's not going to run. It's not going to make it. It's not going to do this. And I keep asking every day, how do you expect a coin that has no ecosystem run? How? How do you expect it? When Crashilandia came out, he did the same thing. Nothing happened in Crashilandia until the ecosystem started building. Whatever you can call it, right? For me, I don't think the ecosystem is there. I think it's just meme coins, and yet nobody pays attention to it. It blows up. Meme coins started doing the thing, right? The same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum on its own, people called it a copycat. Everybody, whatever, okay. But Ethereum did not blow up until smart contracts went live and ecosystem started growing. Now imagine you've bought Ethereum at $5. Sat there patiently until today. Ethereum has gone up to like 5K. You would have made a lot of money out of it. You see, everything again revolves around being patient. If you're patient enough, you are going to make you a lot of money out of it. Like I'm telling you, Kaspa, on the short term, it will make me a lot of money. On the long term, it will make me a multi-millionaire. Watch and see. I televise it, right? Every day I make a video. Watch and see. And we will follow those steps, you and me, here. The only thing I don't want you to say is like, oh, I didn't know. Because every day I spend an hour here try to show you. If you want to make generational wealth, Kaspa, Quant, I always tell you that. And if you forget, again, Kaspa, Quant, Cash, in that order. Make sure you have a good bag of Kaspa, make sure you have a good bag of Quant, and make sure you have a good bag of cash. Because it's about to happen when the stock market goes down, gold and all that stuff go down, you are going to need cash, liquid cash, to get into the market. Again, patience. Still, you're going to have people here who will say, oh, they didn't know. Nobody told me. Just like right now, Bitcoin at $125,000, there are still people that say, oh, I didn't know. When Da Vinci was telling people to buy it at $1. Again, instead of admitting the truth, okay, a lot of people don't do it. I'm one of them, okay, because like I knew about it, but I never, how do you say this? It's like, how do I put this? It's like when it first came out, I first like, yeah, what's Bitcoin, internet scam and stuff like that. It's not that I didn't know about it, but ignorance. The same thing is happening right now with Kaspa. You are telling people Bitcoin is not what it is. The real Bitcoin is Kaspa. And again, nobody's paying attention until the crack starts to show. And by the time the crack starts to show, it's going to be very, very late. So to conclude this, is that simple. Patience. Get your coins on spot. Sit tight. If you don't believe it's going to move, 10,000 Kaspa. Grab you 10,000 Kaspas and sit tight on them. You are welcome. That's all I can tell you right now. You are welcome. Or at least talk to your financial advisor and let's see what happens. Okay? Anyways, let's go right quick. Let's go look. Let's see how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours. And let's see. And there you go. For the past 24 hours, if you go on the daily, what do you see? It has started. I told you 24 to 48 hours, you will start to see it has started. Okay, so yeah, all of you saying money is going to trickle down, it's not going to happen. Bitcoin starts to run, the rest of the market will run with it. But anyways, I'm not your financial advisor, right? So let's start first with King Kaspa, KAS. Look here. For the past hour, 0.5% down, 0.2% up in the day, 0.4% down on the week, 25.3% down on the month, and 59.9% down on the year, sitting at a market cap of $1.20 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $8.57 million. Guys, it's like you keep saying it, the volume. Guys, that volume is too low. Okay, we go to the next one, QNT, the banker's coin, and the coin a lot of people love to hate. What do we have? 0.2% down the last hour, 0.4% down on the day, 3.2% down on the week, 14.5% down on the month, and 35% down on the year. You see, that yearly is beginning to go down too, sitting at a market cap of $1.05 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $11.63 million. Again, that volume, pay attention to it, okay? Now we go to the next one, Cubic, high risk, high reward. We have 0.1% up the last hour, 5.4% down on the day, 5.5% up on the week, 21.5% down on the month, and 77.5% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $85.15 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $1.63 million. Now we look at Jasmine, the Japanese Bitcoin, JAS. We have here 0.5% down the last hour, 0.7% up on the day, 2.8% down on the week, 21.9% down on the month, and 83.1% down on the year. See, it has been going down too. It was like 86 or 87% down, but yeah, it started to make that move, sitting at the market cap of $296.16 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $8.02 million. The same thing. Look at the volume. Trading volume is looking very, very low. Okay. Now we go look at Jonathan Spector Bitcoin, and I call it the orange guy. As you can see, look at those numbers again. We went from dropping to almost laying flat. Now you see 0% laying flat on the last hour, 0.3% up on the day, 0.8% down on the week, 4.2% down on the month, and 8.5% down on the year. See, that yearly was sitting at 12%. That's what it was sitting at yesterday or the before yesterday, or something like that. Now it has also started to come down. You can see it. Anyway, sitting at the market cap of $1.75 trillion and a 24 hours volume traded at $18.29 billion. Guys, it is almost there. You see that trading volume? On every coin that we looked at, the trading volume is almost on the ground. So again, you don't well, it is up to you. You will find out in a minute. Okay, now let's go look at the market. Let's see how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours. Let's see in details first. Let's see prices in details. We see here. Okay, now you see S&P 500. Okay, like I said, gold and stock market are running on fumes. Well, we're on the weekend right now. Maybe a lot of you will say, yeah, it's not doing this, blah blah blah, but oh well. S&P 500 is red, negative, but let's wait to see market open on Monday. Anyways, Dixie is going up, Bitcoin going up. Yeah, nah. Well, we don't want that. We want an inverse correlation, but let's watch and see. Now, if you go here first with Kaspa on the hourly, I'm going to show you charts in two different platforms. Okay, this one here, as you can see, what happened again? Something like you can see these little bastards we call market makers, right? Look at this. Price was doing okay, but first they dump it to liquidate a lot of longs, and then pump it to liquidate a lot of shorts. Now came back exactly where the price was. Now we are going sideways. Something tells me a move is coming, because as you can see, we've been testing that moving average. We've been looking at it. The ribbon is red, yeah, rightfully so, but if you look at it closer, it is curving upwards, right? That's what's happening here. If you look at it on the 4 hourly, you will see the same thing. See, the same thing happened. Move the price down, move it up, and came back exactly on the same price range that we've been sitting. So something is happening for sure. Something is happening. It looks like Kaspa is about to take off. So far, if you look at it here, price always get attracted to the moving average, right? Right now we are down here, and you can see what's happening. It tried to go, came back. So I am expecting this to do that and go and try it. There is no way, there's no two ways about it, okay? If you look at it on the daily, what do we have? Ribbon, still red, but I start to curve. And again, look at where the moving average is sitting. I told you guys, if price should go above 6 cents, there is a liquidation event that is going to like liquidate over 40 to 60 million dollars of shorts. So yeah, these market makers, they know what they're doing. That's why for me, anything, when we start to look at the price, anything under 12 cents is nothing but noise. That's what I'm telling you, it's nothing but noise. Above that, we do have 15 cents before we start looking at 18 or 19 cents. Above that, we have all-time high, and then we will go into price discovery. Now, if you look at it this way, let me see. For those of you who said I never give you guys signals on the daily, if you are trading on the daily, let's look at Kaspa. Let's see, where is Kaspa at? Kaspa. If you are trading on the daily, you see this. Like I told you guys yesterday, my indicators that I use, okay? I use, let me take this ones out first. Take this out. Take this out. First of all, you look at the chart like this. It looks like chart is beginning to consolidate. It's beginning to consolidate, which means like, yeah, this move is very, very close. Now, first thing you're gonna add is the MACD. Adding the MACD, okay, you will see that here, like I told you guys yesterday, I said, it's time for you to start looking at the position if you wanted to do it, because as you guys can see, it has turned green, right? It has turned green, which is getting closer again for the price to go upwards. That's number one. Number two, if you look at RSI, sorry, put the RSI and then you see down here. I can't zoom it here, that's my problem with it. Here you can also say this is also very, very bullish. You can see it right there. Okay, you can see. So by the time you look at MACD and RSI, one already turning green, the other one already trying to point upwards, that should show you that, yeah, price action is about to look very good. Now, if you want to be more sure, you can add Bollinger Bands. If you add the bands, you will see this. You see how the bands are squeezing. See that? The bands are actually squeezing. Look at that. They are squeezing, and the price, let me zoom it out a little bit. Price is above the control point. Price is above it, which means any moment now we are going to see this thing start to go to the upside. Now, if you look at it on the 4-hourly, okay, those of you who say I never show you signals on the daily, if I was a daily trader, that's what I would be doing right now. On the 4-hourly, you see Bollinger Bands, the same thing. I'm trying to zoom it out a second, and you see we are above the middle, above the control point, which means price is bullish. Now we are going to see how Kaspa goes to try the top of those Bollinger Bands. So yeah, it's up to you, right? If you want to take the trade, if you don't want to trade, take it. That's up to you. I'm not your financial advisor. Anyways, now let's go right quick. Let's go look at quant. And one here, QNT. Quant right here. Now on quant, just like I was telling you guys yesterday, you have to pay attention to the ribbon first. You see, ribbon is now red, still red, but it's curving upwards. It's about to turn green. By the time it turns green, quant will be around that $74-$75, because again, if you look, price always gets attracted to moving average. That's what usually happens, right? There is no two ways about it. We've seen it here time after time. And if you look at it again on the 4-hourly, and you see the same thing. Look at that candle. See it? It's going up. We are waiting for the 1 hour to reset before the 4 hours will do the same. If you look at it on the daily, it's still going to follow the same trajectory. When the lower time frame to reset first, that's what I usually tell you guys. For me, anything under $125 is nothing but noise. I'm going to wait, sit tight and wait. That way, by the time we cross that, we do have $151. Above that, 154, and then 176. Once we cross that, you start looking at 230 and above that all-time high before we start looking for price discovery. Okay, but for those of you on the daily trades, okay, look at this. Let me show you now. Let's go look for quant. QNT. Where is Q on quant, Kaspa, Jasmine, blah, 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 blah. Huh, I thought I had it in my favorites. But anyways, Q and T here. We go look at that, okay? We are going to look first on the 1 hour. You guys remember yesterday, I was telling you guys a buy signal. We had a buy signal here. See? We had a buy signal. Even though price came down a little bit, these buy signals usually play out. Okay? By the time that happened, see, now, let me zoom it out. What's happening? You see? Quant is above the point of control on the Bollinger Bands, right? And above that, we are touching the top of the Bollinger Bands, the top of it. So what I'm expecting it to happen, do this. Okay, this is the point of control. This is the top. Come back, touch the point of control. This, and up it went. That's what I'm expecting right now. So even so, look at the MACD and look at the RSI. Okay, this is, like I told you, everything plays according to plan. Anyways, now if you look at it on the 4 hourly, let's see 4 hours right quick. You see, same thing. Yesterday we had that buy signal and I told you about it. We were hugging the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. Now we are trying the point of control, which means we go above it and then we go try the top of the Bollinger Bands. That's what happens here. So yeah, if you want to, you would have taken the trade, or if you want to take one, you can go ahead. I'm not your financial advisor. You better trade according to your risk tolerance. Okay, now last but not the least, let's go look at Bitcoin right quick. Although for me it is just useless. I just like to look at Bitcoin price action. That's it. Although it does not make any sense at all, because one, when you start to look at Bitcoin, you will some people will get angry, some people will get happy at it. But right now, yeah, this is Bitcoin for you. Okay, you see that options expiring. People were trying to pump it, others were trying to dump it, and at the end of the day, we ended up just right the price that we've been fighting on anytime. Every time, right? That's where we ended. And now, again, yesterday was the 26th. Like I said, 48 to 72 hours. You're about to see. Okay? You are about to see. Because for me, the way I look at it, and I'll keep saying it, it is not rocket science. These guys are going to pump Bitcoin. They will. They're going to pump Bitcoin 150, 160,000, or even a little bit above it. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that, again, the time that we have before all this bad news on Bitcoin and the macroeconomy starts to hit is very little. So they have a very short time before they pump this thing to oblivion. So it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do, right? It's up to you. Anyways, guys, now let's go right quick. Let's go look at my positions. But before we do that, like I usually say, I do not condone leverage trading. Please, guys, do not get into it if you don't know what you're doing. But if you want to learn, or if you want to try it out, down below I do have Bydfi, Phemex, Wix, and Margex exchanges. Follow any of those links, although I do recommend Bydfi. Follow any of those exchanges, meet their deposit requirements. Once you do, they're going to give you free money. You get the free money, take away $20, just 20, and practice. Open trade, close trade, stop loss, trailing stop loss, scale up, scale down, everything you want to try. Now, when you are able to turn $20 into 40, 40 into 80, 80 into 100, and so on and so forth, then you are ready to start using a little bigger amount of money. If you still cannot do that, my friend, please stick to spot trading. It's that simple. Okay? Anyways, now let's go look at my positions right quick. First, we're going to start with Bydfi. On Bydfi, you guys already know I am trading King Kaspa, Quant, and Jasmine. Let's refresh that. We have here my overall is sitting at $5,600. Again, I am an aggressive trader. I trade at 50x. That's why the market moves up or down. My positions also move very, very aggressively. Now, looking at my contracts, you will see that here for Kaspa, I am $42 up, almost breaking even for me. Okay, That's that's what it is right now. And you can pause it and look. I trade at 50x, no stop loss. Look at my Jasmine. I am still up $211. Okay, we're still up 211. The same thing. I trade at 50x. On my Quant, yeah, Quant sitting at 4,900. Yesterday it was like 5,200 down. But hey, the market is doing its thing. So let's watch and see. It is what it is, right? Now the next one is going to be Phemex. Okay, on Phemex, you guys know I already, like I've been showing you guys, I'm trading King Kaspa and I'm also trading Quant. As you guys can see, on Kaspa I'm almost breaking even, $10 up, which again, like every of my position, I trade at 50x and I don't use stop loss. Now you can also look at my Quant, the same situation. I am almost breaking even, $40, and the same thing, I trade at 50x and I don't use stop loss. That's me. You can pause it and you can look at the numbers if that's what you're interested. Now the last but not the least is going to be Wix. On Wix exchange, you guys know I'm trading King Kaspa, Quant, and Cubic. My overall here is sitting at $1,600 approximately. Okay, and now if you look at my contracts, you see that here on Cubic I am still up $26. Okay, and the same thing, I trade at 50x. You look at my Quant, I am down $139, $137. The same situation, I trade at 50x. Okay, and on Kaspa I am down $47. The same thing, I trade at 50x and I don't use stop loss in any of my positions. Now last but not the least, it's gonna be on Acorn. Although it's still the weekend, I don't think there'll be much change in that one. We're just gonna look at it. $663 again, no movement, nothing changes. Okay, the same thing. So instead of wasting time of it, we're just gonna look at the overview, which again, like I said, I use this to trade, to teach my children how to trade the stock market and ETFs. This is a very good app you can also use to do the same. Either you teach your children or you teach yourself. But and as you can see on my stocks, we're still sitting at 531. And on the bonds and ETFs is 132. Yeah, I'm not gonna go in details because again, like you guys already know, it is the weekend, and on the weekend there is not much movement in that market. Anyways, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. Don't forget to like and comment. Just, it takes you a second to click that like and drop a comment. If you don't have anything to say, drop me an emoji. You know, it's one thing. And also don't forget to share so that other millionaire minded attitude like you and yours truly, we all can see these videos and the family can grow. Until I see you in my next one, please take very good care of yourselves. Okay, bye bye.